afternoon from the field of the bloom. And be that multiversal rapper, aka Lil Spoon. Who got the rap game looking like a bag of chips, cause it's always better with a Lil Dip. You know it. So pardon me, cause this hip hop is part of me.
Yo, what's up, y'all? It's your boy Austin Santiago with the Standout Podcast. Now listen, this is our first ever blog for the Madhouse. This is Behind the Madness, and I'm going to pull up on my boy Lil Dip. Yes, my boy Lil Dip. He was a part of the channel, and my boy's Baharally studio right now, where he goes and makes his music out of. We about to watch him record his brand new single and parts of his album. So y'all not gonna want to miss this. Make sure y'all click the like and subscribe button down below. You know what I'm saying? For the Madhouse TV, like I said, make sure you click the subscribe button. Make sure you like the videos up. Make sure you do this, and make sure while you at it to go follow Madhouse 860 on Instagram. Follow all the barbers: Z, Fado, Missy, Cooch, Days, my homegirl AC, Jasmine, all of them. Make sure you go follow all of them on the Madhouse, and make sure you go follow the hostess with the mostest himself, Mixie Nico. Yeah. This is about to be crazy. I know I probably look crazy right now. People are fucking looking at me because I have a camera in my face, in my car, talking to it. Even though this is kind of like the new wave, it's just crazy with a big ass camera in your hand. It look kind of like you in the 90s or some shit. But we about to do this for real. I'm excited. This is something new for the channel, and we look forward to giving it to y'all. So I hope y'all enjoy it. We on the way there now. Lil Dip, we coming. Everybody, like I said, man, I'm gonna keep saying this. Comment, like, subscribe. I hate that people do it in their videos, but that's how we get the word out, man. Madhouse TV, we going up. Shout out to my boy. Also, he thought I forgot him, but I didn't. My boy OTKJ, who's gonna probably be editing this shit. Probably one of the biggest and the youngest in charge right now. Make sure you go follow my boy. And me and him are on this journey together, bro. Madhouse TV. You know what I'm saying? We going up. Let's go.
Put my phone right there for now. Let me make sure it's on. Yeah. They don't want to swim. This is a song we're working on.
Okay.
Working on it.
Okay. I fuck with the homage beat though.
Homage beats is dope. Yeah. So it won't be caught. I'm a standout.
Mom level last. He's the Austin like a friend with a broken limb. He put me on the cast, and they read the article, searching for their name. No mention of Turban Boy, so it's Dip they blame. You a lame. Don't show love when your team gets shine. All you DJ Sonoma, cause all you do is whine. It's all goody. Matter of fact, it's great. It's to be expected. I'm nice out the gate. It's all goody. Matter of fact, it's great. Did you even say something? Hold up, wait. No one show the mission more. What the fuck you fishing for? Learn from a pro. Watch me open every door. Love is what I do it for. You should never check the score. It's my turn. Hurry up and set the table. No one show the mission more. What the fuck you fishing for? Learn from a pro. Watch me open every door. Love is what I do it for. You should never check the score. It's my turn. Hurry up and set the table.
Right?
Yes, sir.
Number one, I got a present for you. I told you.
All right, so let me see this present real quick.
All right, little.
Oh shit! Okay.
All right, little merch.
I appreciate that. You know what I'm saying?
That'll be $90. No, but that's for you, bro.
Man, I appreciate this right here, bro.
I hope you like it.
This is the first of, I hope, many gifts, but you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
the biggest gift to all is
but no, I just appreciate the podcast interview was like a big thing.
Right.
So the song is called Mission More.
Right.
So it's really about someone who, I'll get into that later, but also mission more in terms of I have missions more, meaning like my first. So I have my first video, I have my first podcast interview, my first radio interview. So like everything is it just feels good to check those boxes off.
Right, elevate.
So mission more, like I want to perform in front of bigger crowds eventually, but now I've been performing, so even my first show that happened, so all these things are happening, so mission more in a good way, do you know what I mean? But basically this song Mission More, it comes with like it's a little bit of a diss track. That's really not my thing, but sometimes it has to happen. You know what I mean? But basically it just arrived from at a place where I do business or open mic and some business at.
Yeah.
This producer, he had a beat. I said, I'll take it. He said he would give me that night, maybe. And then I said, oh, whatever, at least by tomorrow. No rush.
Right.
Took a little while. He's had some excuses like cat got stung in the eye. No, this is real shit. Some weird shit. Family, whatever. Family shit. Whatever.
Yeah.
After that, like more excuses.
Yes, sir,
family, or health, whatever. But that's cool. Let it take time because I'm not pressing them.
Right.
And then eventually it turned into, I was like, just like, oh, do you have it? No, this was months later. I was like, all right, well, I'll just take the money back. It wasn't a lot of money. It wasn't about the money.
Yes,
but I was like, all right, at this point, I don't even want to rap over your stuff. Do you know what I mean?
I get you. 100%.
So then he gave me a thing where like, well, industry rappers come first. So he had all these different excuses that didn't really line up. And then that seems like an attack.
That to me is like a slight.
Industry rappers
you know
come
what I'm
first.
saying?
So he gave me that. Maybe he has a little jealousy. I don't know. So that happened. That's fine. I had a little couple verse that isn't really on the song. A small parts on it. But, but I had some stuff. It was okay.
Yes, sir.
The part that made the song is good, but like it's small. But I was like, I ain't going to do that. I didn't really feel like doing it.
Yeah.
But then later on, the place that we both F with had some shine, and a person who's a journalist from like an independent thing in New Haven but lives in this area, Hartford,
right,
put out an article. He showed up for, I had open heart surgery in my video that came out. He was they were doing an open mic session and then showing my video on the screen on a projector that night. So he saw the advertisement for that, and he goes, oh, I'm just check out some local stuff. And then he wrote about the place, that open mic. He's like, because he just wrote about what he saw. So he could have wrote bad stuff. He could have wrote good stuff. He obviously wrote good stuff because the place is dope.
Hell yeah.
But when they wrote the article, they didn't mention this certain person. He's a producer. He kind of is there a lot for a lot of stuff they do, but he doesn't own the place or anything like that. But he's there. Right. And when they wrote about me, they wrote like no one personifies the mission more than Lil Dip. I mean, not that. And honestly, I understand what it was. It wasn't like, hey, this is the dopest rapper, you should see him. It was more like they're providing a safe space for people to be their authentic selves. So I knew it was like, hey, you know, this older white guy, he's able to rap here and really, you know, do what he really always wanted to do. So I understood what that meant. But it was still dope that someone was acknowledging me. But it was more dope that the place had some shine. But anyways, he had a lot of... He had more even invested in the place than me in terms of he's been with them longer, but he was so upset that he didn't get the shine that he started like voicing his opinion. And then at one point he put in a thread, no one showed the mission more. That's wild. So then I said, okay, I'm gonna have to make a song now. Right. And plus I like making songs that are about real life experiences. It's always has to do with my life, but some have more than other. You know what I mean? There's certain songs that really are like deep. Yes, sir. They all have something because they come from you. But this one, so I was like, all right. I wrote a little bit. I give you the shout out. I go, so Austin, like a friend with a broken limb, he put me on the cast because you put me on the podcast.
Gotcha.
So I wanted to document like this time in my life. Sometimes it's great when you listen back in these songs and you're like, yo, this is
they're their own time capsule.
Yeah, so it's a time capsule of oh shit, I got the podcast. Right. I had the interview, so I mentioned that in the song, and it's like, oh shit, I know that's when the first video came out. So I just wanted to do it, but really, even though it's kind of my answer to him, it's really still it's vague because like I'm really just trying to make a song, but I had to address it, and I'm not going to address it in some kind of. I'm not going to go back and forth online with someone. Right. I'm just going to use my art.
Yeah, of course.
So I decided to make this song, and I had part of it ready, and then I was just looking for the right beat. I found this dude, Homage Beats.
Shout out to
a lot of times when I try to say it will come up with Amish beats. So I don't get the right beats. But this time, I gotta type that in and say some Amish beats is dope as you even heard about him.
Shout out to him, man. Straight out of
so I was looking for the right beat. So I had half the song, maybe a little less ready. Not the hook, and the hook is probably the best part of the song. But when I found that beat with the piano, and it's like a Griselda dark piano beat, when I found that beat, it just seemed like it was the perfect beat.
It clicked. Yeah,
clicked.
I think a lot of times with CT hip hop too, we don't really want to partake in the diss streets, but I feel like it's necessary just for the culture and the ecosystem.
Yeah,
you know
I mean, to be honest, I like more when I'm putting on my boys. Like I told you, my boys, we call ourselves Multiverse when we link, but we're all our own people. But I like more in my songs when I'm shouting them, like in open heart surgery. I shout out my boys, and I like more of that kind of stuff. And I ain't about this, but. I am about just speaking on what's going on in my life. So we talk about the time capsule, and then honestly, I find like that's the best songs come out when they're like the closest to whatever's going on in your life at that time, and you're just trying to deal with it.
Yeah, definitely. I think the biggest thing is we got Drew over here doing his thing. You know what I'm saying? Shout out my boy Drew right here.
Trying to eat some potato chips.
You know, we in the studio live. Baharally Studio is definitely the fucking truth. You know what I'm saying? If you're looking around right now,
the studio's crazy.
No, wait.
The studio's crazy.
This is because of him. Just like,
Got the rap game looking like a bag of chips because it's always better with the Lil Dip.
Oh,
but anyways, this studio, before it was just one room, and we would have the mic up. You saw it, right? And we would just rap, and it was the dopest. Hey, dude, I like a place to go. So, like in terms of like this it was always welcoming. But he told me one day, like, yo, my cousin does this, he does that, where he can like do some construction type of shit. And he's like, I'm gonna do this. And most people say that kind of stuff, but then I swear to God, the last time it came was like in a month or two, and it was like, boom, all done. All done. And it's with the booth over there. And honestly, it had to happen because a lot of people were coming from the get-go anyways, but more and more people coming, and it's like, you kind of need to have that because just efficiently, like, all the people that were coming through. I mean, at one point it was ridiculous. At one point it was ridiculous.
I was having like 8 people here, and the wall used to be right here.
We made it happen.
Definitely got to do some B-roll in here. But, you know, Drew, as for you, you know, now working with artists, being an engineer, to do behind the scenes, you know, we talked about it a little bit in my interview with you. Obviously, we see you in action right now. How does this feel, you know, seeing everything come to the surface and being able to work with guys like Lil Dip and all the newer artists coming out?
It's my purpose, bro. Yeah. I genuinely, like, it took me a long time. And I'll briefly touch on this where it's like, and you know, because which is interesting that you're like the podcast interviewer because like you have the history to know that like what I'm saying is true. It's like I picked up music very late, you know, like I was doing shit like, don't get me wrong, I was like in band and like all those other things, but those to me were just like filler things I was doing in the background, you know, like for me to actually make the decision where it's like, yo, I think I'm gonna do music for real. Even in the first like, I started when I was like 19. Even in the first like 3-4 years of me making that decision, I was still very uncertain. You know, I was still like growing, and on top of that, I felt like I was like I joined a race dead last that like everybody for example, Brandon for example, have been running like half their lives. So it's like I'm around dudes from the beginning, and not just you, like people like Pape, filming like TE, all these guys that were like already developing their artistry from super young. You know, like I witnessed it myself, like 13, 14, 15 years old. I'm watching these guys, and it used to fascinate me. Where it's like, people could do this shit. I was like, what the fuck, dude? Yeah. And I guess like it just took me a while to read the sign where if like I'm surrounded by everybody doing music, I'd probably give it a shot myself. You know? So long story short, I opened the studio, you know, all these other things, and I went through so many different phases of like being a vocalist, being a drummer, being a producer, learning piano. You know, where it's like I constantly felt like I was learning all the fucking time. And I never really took a second to like sit back and be like, all right, you know, like I've arrived at the destination I tried to arrive at 5 years ago. What exactly what is my purpose? You know, what am I trying to do with this now? You know, and like I had people like Dip would come by and have sessions, and there would be many points where like he would ask me like, dude, like what do you think about this? And I would hit him with the typical, you know, like response of like, I feel like any paid to play engineer of like, dude, like it's up to you. It's like, what do you like? Who am I to tell you what I think is good? You know,
it's
like,
your time.
Yeah, you know, money, like like you're the artist. You're like, and then like I said, the trend would happen. Like I said, Dip had been rapping when he was younger, but never had like the environmental opportunity to really pursue it fully. You know, when he was telling me like back then, people you have to pay extensive amounts of money or have a deal or XYZ. Like home studios were not a thing. So you know, like even he has more experience than me. You know, for me to be over here critiquing your lyrics, like who am I? You know, then I began to realize like a lot of people value my opinion for like just the fact that like I've kind of not really mastered the subject, but I've been involved in the subject for so long at such a level.
You learn quick.
Yeah, you know, and on top of that, like, you know, I learn fast, which I feel like, you know, you would also know because, like, I was always a smart kid.
That's for certain. That's for damn sure.
But it's weird being the mind that's learning compared to people who telling you that you're learning quick. Right. It's like everybody would be like, dude, you learn this shit mad fast. But in my mind, I'm just doing it regularly, you know? Like, there's no real, like, pace in my mind. So it's like when I got finally settled into, like, you know, my C, and I realized, like, damn, like, I've actually come a shit ton of, like so much distance that I've covered and so much things that I've learned, and I'm still learning, you know. I'm learning new shit as recently as yesterday, you know.
So I don't know when you want me to, you play this and then...
I'm gonna just move around the room, you know what I'm saying?
Alright, so this song, this EP I'm putting out is called Lil Spoon.
Okay.
And I'm really just trying to have Lil Dipper is like the Lil Spoon, Big Dipper is the Big Spoon, so I'm the Lil Spoon. Trying to do a little sample size of like different sounds. So it's a little sample size, but it's gonna have a lot of different sounds. So here's a song called Mineshaft. Mineshaft 1 with Steve G. So this is something they don't expect when they hear think about Lil Dip.
Right.
I am
He's got one hell of a fucking
got a great voice, right?
Yeah.
And he plays a great guitar too.
I might need him for that song for my mom. I got ready. You know what I'm saying? It's different.
It's like my right hand when it comes to this shit.
It's different.
My boy FTC is gonna be on the end of this. He's not on it yet, but he's gonna be on it. So mine's FTC Miller. They don't wanna swim, but they in the fishbowl. They following directions. They just do what they told. Never read the fine print like the scroll. We in the belly of the beast, no time for the storm. Leading through fear became the new norm. Got the jackknife key to start the space whip. Do a $150 on my spaceship. When I'm bragging, I call it the G-Wagon. Cause it costs $1,000. They keep it a buck.
Yeah, just
so that's that. So that's different. Normally you think of me boom bap, yo, that's all good old school rap. Still, maybe my flow, I don't know, but that's just different sound of song. Steve is crazy with his vocals.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, we got shit on even on their project we're working on, so it's insane. So that's one, and then we have a little interlude that's going to be on there called Mineshaft 2, which is just honestly we were just messing around in the studio one night and. We just went crazy, playing all different types of beats. I got on the microphone and I just almost blew my voice out because I was going crazy. But this is what came out. But like, this is Mineshaft 2, so it's gonna be an interlude, but it's a long interlude. But we'll play a little snippet of it, okay? It's just something that you wouldn't expect to hear. I want all different sounds.
It was cool. It was like a massive jam.
Yeah, so we'll play a little.
It was like a massive jam. Everybody's playing, and then I get on the board. I'm starting to like. I have like the mic hooked up, and I start just fucking around.
And it was live.
Like live.
It was live. This was live. All right. So this ain't like this ain't planned.
I start making like a tone. I'm like, oh, this tone sounds dope. I start passing the mic around. Everybody's saying oh shit. And then Dip just takes it and just.
And when you see me in the booth later, that'll be more what you would expect from me with the Mission More, but. And that's some dope shit too. But this sounds. This is a little snippet just so you can understand.
Woo.
Just look around.
Woo.
Just look around. Why don't you just fucking look around? Just look around. Raps new era. It is what it is. I'm a part of this shit. I love it too. So I ain't fucking down in it. I love it all. understand it. I kind of understand it now. You just want to fill in some of those spaces. So I understand what it's all about.
Hell yeah.
You just don't want dead space a lot in these songs. You want to keep people entertained.
Right.
And it's good to like emphasize certain parts. So I'll do my best. All right.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's crazy to see how far he's come, dude. You heard the first time he did albums.
Really?
I think that's the cool part about having artists like this.
Right.
You get to see literally their progression.
Yeah, I think that's just the cool part of hip hop in any form, man, any state, any type of music, you know.
No, seriously, seeing how far people come and shit.
Yeah,
there's one time where like Dip couldn't do this. You know, like Dip would like be like trying to get the same verse like for hours and hours and hours, and he would be asking me like about every little like critique and stuff, and I'd be trying to like guide him.
Right.
But now he just comes in, knows exactly how he wants it to sound. I can get the vision right away. You know? So it's like boom, real quick.
That's dope.
No, it's just dope. Even with his ad-libs, dude. Like at first he never really knew what like what he said was true. Like he never really like understood like where to like put the ad-libs and stuff. But some of his verses had like such good spacing. I was like, dude, you should put something in there.
Yeah.
And like every now and then, like I would just make him run through it and just like I was just, dude, like don't even think about it. Just say whatever the fuck comes in your mind. And the spaces. If anything, I'll cut him, I'll move him, we'll delete him. Like nothing's permanent, you know.
Right.
So eventually he got more comfortable, and now he just does the whole song. It's crazy. Like,
yeah. It's crazy. I think when you're standing in this booth right here, it's to come. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I think the booth is what brings out the best in a lot of us. You know what I'm saying?
It's the pressure of that shit.
Yeah.
It makes you like it puts you in a certain like.
It's like it's like you're in your own jail cell. Man.
That's also why I faced it that way, because it's like you can't see what's going on in here. You can't really hear what's going on in here.
Yeah.
It's cool though. I feel like it brings out the best in artists. Though.
Yeah, it really does.
It's like almost makes them like gives them like a different sense of like I said, pressure. You know,
it's
like it's just you. It's just you in the mic.
It's just you in the mic. It's by yourself, huh?
Yeah.
As an engineer, that must be cool now though to see that from the different side. Cause I always felt like, you know, when I started engineering my own artists, I was like, damn, man, what the fuck, you know what I'm saying? And then it's like, cause when you're recording, you just recording. You guys are the guys behind it. But then when I got behind it too, I was like, damn, that's a lot of pressure.
No, it's definitely like going from like, cause I do like some of my own vocals now too. So doing like vocals in the beginning, falling off of it, and like going the entire producing engineering way, and then coming all the way back around.
Right.
You know, having like the knowledge of teaching people how to do it. Like I basically taught him how to like do it. Right. You know? Same thing with Steve. Like I guided him along like this like journey, and a bunch of other people too. And it's just like teaching is really the best way to learn yourself. Dude. It really is, bro. Cause it's like, when you can teach other people how to do it, it's almost like, you know, it's like listen to your own advice type shit.
Right.
Yeah, that's how, it's almost like the same thing. It's like, if I can give advice to somebody and I can literally watch his progress get better, like, I might as well be saying it to myself, dude. You know? It's just like,
I feel you.
It's crazy, bro. Yeah. It's crazy how much you like realize you know just through teaching somebody else how to do it, you know?
Yeah.
And people, not for nothing, like, people put in their faith in you to like even learn in the first place, you know? I feel like that's another thing people have to kind of like the barriers people have to break. It's like Dip has like twice my age, and I'm teaching him. You know?
Yeah, I think that's the dopest part of hip hop, though. In a lot of ways, like hip hop is just a universal language. So no matter what age or whatever it is, you know what I'm saying?
Or where you came from, what you it's just dope. Music in general, that's my favorite thing about music is collaboration.
Yeah.
Favorite, like above everything else, just working with other people is like it brings the most like energy. I feel like.
Yeah.
It's just crazy.
Oh yeah.
Lil Dad, check. Mission more. The EP, they still don't want to swim.
We must pay homage to him.
They aiming subs, trying to hurt your boy. Wanna knock me down, so I won't be caught. I'ma stand out. My art will ever last. He's the Austin like a friend with a broken limb. He put me on the cast, and it read.